Hey,
What's up,
hey,
Big Dave?
what's up, man?
Hey,
How's it
not
going,
too
dude?
much.
Long time no see.
Same, same trapped in the house stuff. Same trapped in the house day.
What day? What day? Oh, it's
It's
Wednesday,
Wednesday. That's the only way. It's the only way I can keep track of the days now.
right?
So
Well, that's
one
about
day,
to change.
I know.
Let's go
Next
throw.
week,
Let's go throw
let's go.
everything off.
Well, at least it'll be the start of the week, so we'll have a better idea.
Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe.
So, hey, wire nuts, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on,
Hap-
gang?
Happy Wednesday night. We already got almost 20 people in already. 60 comments in the chat. Wow, you guys have
Yeah,
been waiting on us for a minute or two.
guys,
Couple of
guys,
minutes.
busy tonight.
Busy.
Whew.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we got some new stuff to talk about. I mean, we didn't go give it all away. We're gonna leave a little bit in suspense, but you want to talk about a little bit what's happening next week and last chance to get some
yeah.
Live Wires original edition merch.
This logo is going away. These
Oh,
t-shirts will be no longer available as of Monday morning.
mm.
All will be revealed, but suffice to say, the old logo is going away.
Going bye
So
bye.
it's going bye bye. I'm designing a new logo, and so we got some other big changes coming up. So we're just it might be a week or so after Monday before I'm able to roll out the new merch, but uh, we'll uh, we'll get some links on that and update that. So yeah, so there's that.
There's that. So next week, starting Monday, like in a few days on Monday,
4 days.
we will be back on again in our new, improved, we hope, time slot. So you'll find out why we think it's going to be improved when we get to Monday at 9 p.m. because we're not going to tell you everything. We already said we're not telling you everything. So, but there are going to be changes to the show. Some of the stuff that we know you guys already like are going to stay in the show. Some of the segments, we're still going to have segments. We're going to add in some new segments, and we
Bunch of new
think it'll be a
segments.
lot of fun. And we're not going to have a guest every single week. We will still continue to have guests occasionally. They won't necessarily be on a set schedule, but obviously we'll let you know in advance when we're going to have them. So we're looking forward to the changes. We think it'll be an upgrade to the show. It'll be easier for us to produce a better show week to week. We think instead of chasing guests and that kind of stuff. So we're looking forward to it, aren't we, Dave?
Yes, we are, man. Yeah, yeah. Really, definitely looking forward to it. Um, we're part of the reason is it becomes increasingly difficult the longer we go to have a guest every week, and it becomes uh, how do I say this? It becomes cumbersome in that sense of trying to find a guest, trying to make sure, trying to schedule out that kind of thing.
It's not
Like
something you can leave to the last minute,
no,
right?
And Brian and I communicate very well, and we're both out. We've both been out, trying to round up guests and and whatnot. So
Well,
um,
speaking of guests, first thing we should do probably is shout out the chat
let's do
because
that.
without those guys, there's no reason to do the show. We already got 34 people watching. So
No,
thank you so much, you guys. This is episode 40 for us in this original format. And you guys have supported us. Almost everybody that's here tonight's been with us almost all the way. So we appreciate you guys. We
absolutely
hope you'll follow along and stick with us in the new time slot next week and everything. I suspect most of you will, just out of curiosity, if nothing else, to see what's going to happen. But
right.
besides shouting out the chat, we also want to mention all the guests we've had on up to this point. But let's start off with our buddies that are watching.
All right. First in tonight was Alex Radford.
Hey,
Good,
Alex.
good evening to you. And then we had Mr. R2R3, R2,
Or
and
two.
Big G in the house, and
Big G.
our buddy Bruce, And Paul Lou was checking in early. Good evening to you. And there's our buddy Dave Stafford, just Stafford's Music Studio. How's it going, Dave? And then we had Don from 2 and 3 Chord Jams pop in, and we had our buddy Guitar Hack, and then Tim Seymour, Terry Himes. Good evening to you. Jeff Miller, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Joe Hervey, good to see you too, buddy. Gurr, how's it going, man? And Dwight Bailey. Let's see, moving on down. Bobby Lopes, how's it going, Bobby?
Thanks for the sub, Bobby. Bobby subbed me today.
Nice.
Appreciate that, Bobby.
Nice.
And I subbed him back because he has content.
He does.
Yes, he does.
Rick Hefner, how's it going, Rick? Good to see you, man.
It's a little bit too early in the show for Kiss Talk, but maybe. But I am rocking the shirt.
Well, we will circle back to that later.
As we always do somehow.
Fruitcake Tony, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Nice talking to you last night, by the way. Or was it last night or night before last? Whenever it was, we talked on the phone. Nice talking to you, man.
Just lost track of time.
Pete Hickson, how's it going, Pete? Good to see you, man. Glad you could make it. Dan, New Jersey. I saw Larry Z. Is it Larry? Is it Larry Z? No, I saw him. Can't see him. Can't find him. Marco, how's it going, man? Good to see you.
Oh, well, Fruitcake Tony, I got to figure out where I put the package.
Lonnie, there he is. Lonnie Z. How's it going, Lonnie? Brad Miller, how's it going? Headstock Harem. And my chat froze for a minute. There's Dale Palmer. I think we're good now. Now it jumps. There's Six String Brian and Great Vanzini and Krell Bar. And there's GTV, Guitar TV. Name we haven't seen in a long time. Hope you're doing well, man. Lars Guitars, Janice Lala. How's it going, Janice? Man, we got everybody's in
Everybody's in. Everybody's in. The
Krell
regular
Bar.
crew.
Yeah, Andy Dion. Man, I think I'm down to the bottom. If I missed your name, tag me, and I'll Jimmy Biter. How's it going, man?
Did you say Rick? Did you get Rick?
Rick, which Rick?
Hefner. What's up, Rick?
Yeah,
Cool.
I got Rick. Yep.
All right. Well, listen, you're going to say some of those names over again now.
I am.
Because we want to give a special shout out to some of the guests that we've had during the first 40 episodes of the show. So Dave and I made up a list.
It's a list, guys.
It's got some impressive names on it. So this is a special shout out and thank you to the guests that have been on. They've all been great guests. They've all been great.
Yeah, everybody. I just want to thank all of you guys. You guys know who you are, but I'm getting ready to shout you out going down the line. R2, thanks, buddy. Guitar Pick Chris, Phil Mosley, Quentin, Dave Cheddar Kung Pao, Dave Stafford, Hack, Mitch, Brad Miller. Hey, Original Paramutant, how's it going, man? Nice to see you.
What's up,
buddy? Brad Miller, Dane Zimmerman, Kalen, Alex Radford in the chat tonight. There's JJ. Hey, JJ, getting to
you. JJ, were your ears burning? Because we were talking about you about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Six String Brian, Glenn from Guitar Bazaar, Lawrence Petros or LPD Pedal.
LPD.
Lars, gotta say a big huge thank you to my buddy the Tone King for coming on the show. Big thank you to Johnny Bean.
Ooh, that was back-to-back big shots 2 weeks in a row, wasn't it? Dwight
Bailey, Music Therapy Laz, Dale Palmer. Now we got the JJ. Thanks, buddy. And we were talking in the green room, and JJ, we want to revisit sometime with you.
Yeah, definitely. We barely scratched the surface with JJ, man. He was a great guest. That was a good show. That was
There's
a fun
Metalhead
one.
Hippie. How's it going,
What's up,
Metalhead
Hippie?
Hippie? And guess
Hippie
what?
was
You're the next name on the list. Metalhead
Hippie was
Hippie.
on the show right after JJ.
Yeah, and then we had Visual Guy, Jacob, and then Paul Lou, Bearded Blues Dude, our buddy, Mr. BHB Jr., Mr. Bruce, BB Maid,
Yeah, BB Made.
Guitar Meets Science, Jack the
He's
Rabbit.
funny, man.
Yeah, he is. 2 3/4 Jams, Don,
Hey,
and
Don.
and Daniel last week. Um, so that's, guys,
That's a lot of show, man.
that's a lot of show. That's a lot of show.
So from Dave and I, big thanks, thanks so much, you guys, for coming on the show, taking your time coming on here. We get slightly out of hand, a little bit ridiculous.
Right.
And everybody played along and had a good time, I think, for the most part. So
Yep.
we appreciate that. And you guys doing us the favor, coming on our little show and making it a little bit more fun for people to watch it. We hope, anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of fun, we've had a lot of fun over the last 9 months, Brian?
Yeah, we're 2/3, 3, 9 months. Because we'll be start like in July or something.
Yeah. 12 weeks. 12 more weeks, and that's 52. So
all I remember about it is we could still go outside.
true.
So long ago.
Seems like forever ago.
Yeah.
Seems like forever ago.
Right.
So,
well, what do you want to do next?
oh man,
Should we move right down the list, or you want to say anything more about next week, or you want to leave that till the end?
we'll leave the rest of the next week's stuff till the end, I think.
All right, gang. Well, in that case, we're going to just move right on with the rest of the show. And tonight, since we don't have a guest, we're going to continue on with most of the bits, and we're going to do piece of your action tonight. And it's going to be me. So tonight, you're going to get to see a piece of my action. You're going to get to see my new axe that I just got, my birthday axe. Horrible time to buy a guitar. Middle of a pandemic, but that probably got me the price that I could afford to get it at. So this is my 2015 Gibson Geo, which, if you're not familiar with what a Geo is, it's a RO, basically a 1960 reissue that was custom for Guitar Center. So however many, I don't know how many colors they had in 2015, but it was a special run, what they call it, like a Fender has their FSR. So it's a GSR for Guitar Center, more or less. So it's an RO in every way. It does not have the VOS finish, which is something you can get on some of them. And it has a G for a serial number instead of an R. But if you look in the pickup cavity, it still says RO in there. So it's basically the same thing. And for some reason, Dave can probably, I think it probably just has something to do with the letter R, but they actually go for a little bit less money, even though they're the exact same spec, right?
Yeah, it's probably, I'm not that familiar with
Thanks, Hack.
all the Guitar Center exclusives.
Right.
But yeah, that's like, the Blueberry Burst. My traditional, it's a 2018. They didn't do a Blueberry Burst in a traditional in 2018. It was a Guitar Center exclusive.
It was Guitar Center exclusive. Right. Yeah.
So,
and it's because they buy so many that, there's other guitar shops that get these special runs too, like Wildwood and Wild West Guitars and the other places, they'll have, they spec it out and get it the way they want it. And then they tack on more money.
yeah.
Right. But resale value wise, they seem to be a little bit less. And then I showed you guys a funny story because I was talking to you and our buddy Guitar Hack about the guitar. They're like, man, that's pretty cool. The price isn't bad. And the very next morning, it went down 15%. And you guys are like, I'm not going to be any help. You should buy that now because somebody's going to buy it today. So anyway, Hack just put up a link to my channel to the video I did, kind of like the unboxing first time I got to see it in person videos. Appreciate that. So yeah, it came with a gig bag, R2. It came with a
Hard shell
lifted
gig bag.
came with a hard shell lift-in gig bag. Right.
Oh, man.
Somebody mentioned, I didn't see who it was. It flashed by too fast. It jumped on me too. That they're it was Don, that he's bewildered by the fact that the truss rod covers are blank
Yeah.
on those
Well,
guitars, but they always were in the '60s, right?
in the 50s and 60s, except for the customs. The customs had Les Paul custom engraved on the truss rod cover.
Right. Then they started using it as a identification mark for all the different models at some point, right?
Right. That was later. That was in the 70s that they started, because they started doing the deluxe model in '68, and I believe that's when they started doing the
Benzini said I should name it Pandemic. Actually, I already named her. Her name's Billy with a IE, not a Y, for kind of obvious reasons, but it fits. So,
There you go.
Yeah, she got a name right away. She's a keeper for sure.
That's awesome, man. Glad you're playing the hell out of it, right?
Yeah, I am. I haven't been able to put it down, and it's got like heavier strings on it than I normally play, but it's set up so good. I'm not even touching them for now because they're like new, and I'm like, why waste new strings? Right. So that was Piece of Your Action. So appreciate that. If you want to check it out, Hack put a link to the video with a lot more detail and some close-up footage and stuff like that. And so let's go. We're moving right along tonight, gang. We are not even messing around because we're going right into the red hot segment of the show. And Dave has dug up some deals for you guys tonight. And the first one's not an actual
guitar.
Guitar. It's not a
But
guitar. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the right picture. There it is.
It is a good deal on a brand new Origin 50-watt head. So $499, $100 off. So, you know, we all know what these things are. They're not high gain amps. If you want high gain on the amp, then put a pedal in front of it.
Would it be safe to say that this is a close to a Plexi if you were going to compare it to something?
Yeah, it's closer to a Plexi than really anything else. It's basically, call it a poor man's single channel Plexi.
So you do have a foot switch capability. You've got an effects loop. You've got a DI out.
Yep, you got
that's
a DI
nice.
Out. Yeah. So you can
do 8 or 16 cab.
Yep.
Pretty versatile.
Yeah, fairly versatile amp, and I believe you've got a high, medium, and low output.
So you got one place to plug in, but then you got a switch that sort of acts like the like mid would be jumped on your Plexi, right? More or less.
Well, no, high would be high. It's your power, right? It's like. So it's like I forget.
It's not mixing channels, but
no, it's not. It's not like it's mixing channels.
You got a master volume and a presence. You got everything you need.
It's 5, 10, or 50 watts. That's what switchable.
What's the tilt do for you in the equalization chain there? Not familiar with that particular.
I think, and Guitar Hack can correct me if I'm wrong, because he actually owns an Origin. I believe the tilt shifts the EQ a little bit. Is it the mids or the low end on the EQ?
It just says it tilts. It doesn't give. But if we
it doesn't give a whole lot. So
blends the bright and normal sounds. So basically, it's kind of like if you had 2 channels in your Plexi and you were jumping them. You can blend.
Yep, exactly. So when you took if you take an old Plexi and you jump the channels, you get brighter and you get more gain.
Yeah, and you don't have a master volume. You have 2 channels, so you can dial it in however you want. That's one of the cool features of the channels on the Plexi. Right.
With the and one of the most common mods in a Plexi was a master volume mod.
Right.
A lot of people modded their Plexis out with a master volume. So I mean, this is basically, Ba-
All
bas-
right.
Basically, your poor man's plexi, all tube amp, and I mean,
500 bones.
yeah,
Free
500 bucks.
shipping.
Yep, from
Yeah.
Sweetwater.
And $21 a month too, because you can get a Sweetwater card. No
Yep,
interest as long as you make the payments.
that's not
Yeah.
not a bad deal. So
That's like a couple of cups of coffee at Starbucks,
yeah,
right?
for real.
A month. So anybody can afford $21 a month, I think, just about, if you want a Marshall head. All right, let's move on. We got a couple more. We got some. Oh, I know somebody that owns one of these guitars.
So do I.
Not necessarily in this color.
Nope, but it's hanging right over my right shoulder, right there.
So that's the Kramer.
Yeah. So this is it's a blemish, but it's basically $150 off. I believe regular price they're they're 1,049. So you're $150 off, and this is in the maximum steel, which is actually a pretty color. Basically it's black with metal flake.
Yeah, it's like a black and gray metal flake thing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, you got a Floyd Rose 1500 series, Seymour, 2 cool rails, and what is the bridge? Is it a JB? It's a JB. So 2 dual cool rails. So it's basically 3 humbuckers. They sound really good. And so your mini toggle there is to split your coils. Up is split, down is full humbucker mode.
Oh, so that's just for the bridge pickup then.
No, that's for all 3 pickups.
Oh, okay.
It splits all 3 of them. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, and you can get some really good sounds, really good single coil sounds out of those cool rails.
Is it a rosewood board or ebony?
No, that's ebony board.
Okay.
Ebony board.
There was a little color down at the bottom on that one. It's got a little streak, pretty color.
Yeah. But I thought I was gonna sell it at one point, but I've played it a few more times since, and
like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. You know, it's a good playing guitar. The neck's nice and comfy. It's not a real thin, shreddy type of neck. It's a small neck.
I've done that, man. I've put guitar up for sale and then started playing it, and I was like, I don't want to sell this. What the hell was I thinking?
Right?
This plays entirely too good.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it came down to. It's like, yeah, you know, this thing I don't hate it. So I think mine's gonna stick around. But that's a good deal.
So they're normally like over $1,000, right?
They're 1,050.
1,050 normal price, regular price.
So you're getting $150 off.
Cool. All right, we got one more. You guys knew you weren't going to get out of it without something with a G on the headstock.
Finally, finally one stayed. So this one's a special tribute P90. So you want a P90 guitar. You don't want to pay full bore for it. Under $900 out the door.
This is like BFG money here, and you get
Yep.
Right? Brand new BFG money?
Yeah, pretty much.
For a special?
For a special, yeah. Yep. Yeah,
it's kind of like got that raw, kind of, but still got a satin, right?
It's a satin, it's a satin finish.
It's got the open pores though. That looks good.
Yeah. Then
it's almost what they call the dog hair, which is a big time custom shop expensive finish.
Yeah.
Got the wraparound tailpiece, just like on my SG, which I was worried about. That works fantastic. It's not a problem whatsoever. And it also seems to give the tension on the strings is you can like play a heavier gauge and they still feel slinky.
Right.
Which was something I didn't anticipate because this is the first time I've had a guitar with that kind of bridge on it, right?
Yep. No, it's a compensated bridge on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's better than the old non-compensated, rat tails.
Yeah.
So you can actually get it real close, if not dead on.
And plus, there's several 5 or 6 really good brands of aftermarket ones that have adjustable saddles if you want to do
If
that.
if you wanted to do that, yeah.
If
But
you wanted to do that.
regular price, those are $1,000. So, yeah, another
Guitar Hack says never pick up a guitar that you put up for sale. That's probably a good. That's probably a good rule to live by.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
It is painful.
Yeah.
So,
All right, gang. That was our red hots for tonight. So little Gibson Les Paul action for under $960. That's not too freaking horrible.
Under $860.
Yeah, $860. What'd I say? $960?
Yeah, you said $960. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you're
I meant
well
$860. So thank you.
Yeah, you're well under grand.
So that was some pretty smoking deals. Now we're gonna try a new bit tonight. This was actually a bit that was suggested by Krellbar last week. So if you guys don't like the new bit, then it's Krellbar's fault. So we still need a jingle. We're working on a jingle, but this new bit is going to be called Brian's Happy Time Strat of the Week. So, ladies and gentlemen, each week I will be showing you all a Happy Time Strat, and tonight, for your entertainment value, I have the 1995 Fender Jeff Beck graffiti yellow prototype, one of a kind. Bad boy right here. This Happy Time Strat can be yours for $75,000.
Dude, that is ridiculous.
It's a beautiful yellow. It's like a smiley face yellow, which makes it even more happy time.
Yeah.
Plus, if you had it in your car and you broke down on the side of the road, you could just prop it up on your bumper so nobody would hit you while you were changing your tire. They would see that from a ways off. So it has that going for it too. It's got the nice frosted metal for the tuners, and it's got some kind of crazy compensated.
It's a roller nut. Compensated roller.
Yeah, roller nut. It's got a roller nut.
Yeah.
How much happier could it possibly be? It's even got Jeff Beck's signature.
Yeah.
Locking tuners on that bad boy. It even says Beck right in there, baby. It says Beck prototype.
Yeah, Beck proto.
Right? Yeah. Apparently he didn't like it because he never got it, but it says when Jeff Beck decided to join Fender and create his signature model, he decided to do one off, and he wanted to have it the same color as his hot rod. So that's where the yellow comes from. So everybody, there it is. There's Brian's Happy Time Strat of the week.
He is taking an offer. The guy is taking an offer.
He is taking an offer. So maybe you could, get him down a little bit.
Offer him 65 and see if he laughs at you.
Yeah, offer him $65K. See how happy he is with that.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Brian's Happy Time Strat of the week, and we'll move right along. So tonight's show is going to be somewhat abbreviated, obviously, because we're not having a guest. But we still got some more fun stuff for you guys.
Yes, we do.
We're going to move right into the Circuit Breakers segment of the show. And Dave is going to start us off with some rock history, which means that I have to prepare a photograph. Is that your rock history? Or
That's
is that
my rock history. No, that's the list.
Oh my God. I was like,
It's on the back of rock history.
That's some serious rock history. All right, you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Okay, here it comes.
April 26th, back in 1986, Van Halen proves that there is life after David Lee Roth as their album 5150, the first with Sammy Hagar, hits #1 in the U.S. for the first of 3 weeks.
Wow. It hit #1 right off the bat.
It hit, yeah.
I guess people were hungry for more VH after 1984, huh?
I guess so.
Or curious,
They
one or the other.
had to wait for 2 long years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we circling back around to your shirt. April 27th, back in 1951, Paul Fraley, a.k.a. H. Fraley, from, as we all know, Kiss, was born in the Bronx, New York.
Bronx, New York. He didn't grow up in such a good neighborhood.
No.
He actually credits playing the guitar and getting into garage band and stuff from keeping him out of trouble because there were gangs in the neighborhood and they were like, he was actually in the gang and they were like, hey dude, we're having the gang rumble tonight. And he's like, oh guys, I can't make it. I got rehearsal. Right?
Ace, just don't sing, but happy birthday to you, buddy.
Homie was not never meant to be a singer, but happy birthday, Ace.
All right. 28th of April. 1973, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon went to #1 in the U.S. The album went on to enjoy a record-breaking 741 discontinuous weeks on the Billboard chart.
Were you even born yet?
Has now sold over 45 million copies worldwide.
Wow.
After moving to the Billboard Top Pop catalog chart, the album notched a further 759 weeks there.
Wow.
And reached a total of over 1,500 weeks combined on the charts by May of 2006.
1,500 weeks?
Yeah.
That's a lot of days. That's like 10,000 plus days.
Yeah.
That's about how long we've been locked in our houses from the pandemic.
It seems like it.
Holy smokes, man.
Yeah.
So you weren't even born yet.
No. And that's one of my favorite Floyd albums.
How did you get into Pink Floyd? Was your dad or your mom or your uncle or your next door neighbor into Pink Floyd or?
No,
since we don't have a guest, I'll just interview you.
I guess my step cousin, he was into Pink Floyd pretty big, and I was just like, I'd heard, like Brick in the Wall
on the radio,
that, right?
Yeah.
But at that time, we're talking late '80s at that point. So I'm real heavy into Ozzy.
This album's 20 years old or 15 years old when you're getting into it.
Right.
Yeah.
But cool. By that point, I'm really heavy into Ozzy and Motley Crue and the heavy metal scene. So, but my now ex brother-in-law had the movie, The Wall.
Mm. Oh,
and
I got you.
He's like, hey, go ahead and check it out. And I'm like, at that time, I'm like 16. So you're talking real early 90s.
Right.
And so I watch it and I'm like, all right, this is kind of cool. Of course, I discovered other substances as well. That
might have had something to do with it.
It might have had a little something to do with it.
Yeah.
And it just kind of started. That's where it started. And you
got to see him live, Dave. You got to see your boys live.
I've seen Roger Waters. I saw Roger Waters perform The Wall in Tacoma back in 2010.
That's not horrible. I mean, if you can't see the whole rid, might as well get Roger out of the deal.
So back in 1994, I had 50-yard line grass tickets in front of my face for Clemson, Death Valley for the Division
Clemson
Bell
Tigers.
Yeah, for the Division Bell tour, which was the last tour that Pink Floyd as Pink Floyd ever toured. And it was a couple of couple of days, like I say, a couple of days, maybe a week before I was going into basic training.
Oh,
And I said, well, I can't do it. I can't go.
Big regret.
Because I knew I wouldn't piss clean.
Oh, yeah, not gonna be able to go see Pink Floyd and even just contact high being in there. Right.
So, I mean, yeah, there's a big, now, 30 years later, 40, almost 40 years later, it's big regret, but
right. You don't know that at the time.
Yeah, at the same time, it is what it is. So yeah, there's a little bit of my history.
Well, let's move on to the next one because this is a pretty significant. This is actually fairly significant in rock history, I would say.
April 29th, which is today, Black Sabbath launches their first tour with Ronnie James.
Wow.
As lead vocalist.
And they still looked rather young.
Yeah.
Back then, right?
19.
Now, obviously, that was not the drummer. That was not. They apparently did. I didn't realize that the first edition with Dio had a different drummer than Ward.
Than Burt Ward, yeah.
It's not Ward, is it? No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
That's Benny a piece. Yeah.
A piece, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, moving along.
April 30th, tomorrow. Back in 1977, Led Zeppelin plays to 76,229 fans at the Pontiac Silverdome, which sets a new record for the largest attendance of a single act concert.
Really? What date? What year was that?
That was in 1977.
Wow. 76,000 people.
76,000, yeah.
The Pontiac dome's the one that I think it caved in.
I believe you're right.
No, that was the one in Minneapolis that caved in.
Silverdome? Was that Silverdome? No.
Yeah, this is the Pontiac. So this is Pontiac, Michigan. It's where the Lions play, right? Or played.
Yeah. Played, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the Vikings' old stadium that fell in because of the snow on the top. Yeah. I'm getting them confused. Right. That's a big crowd, 76,000. Holy crap. Look like little ants down there.
That's no peanuts, man. So when I saw, just speaking of, like to circle back, when I saw Roger Waters, I saw him in the Tacoma Dome. And of course, the Tacoma Dome's pretty big. And we were up, would have been a little further that way from the stage on the opposite side. But we were up in like the second deck, and it looked like that at the Waters show.
It's like Roger's about that tall.
Yeah. I mean, they had the big screens and everything too. So of course, he performed the wall. So
yeah, that's one thing they didn't have back in the day. They didn't have the big video screen, so the people in the back row could see it better.
Right.
All right, what we got next?
All right, so May 1st, back in 2013, a Minnesota man was accused of pretending to be a member of Pink Floyd at a U.S. hospital and racked up as much as $100,000 in unpaid medical bills. But what Michael Schaefer, pictured on the right, not on the left, on the right, pretended.
Really?
Yeah. Claimed that he was Pink Floyd singer-guitarist David Gilmour on the left.
And somebody bought that?
Well, obviously they did because the little blurb goes on to say that he was treated and released from the hospital, but not before he stopped and signed an autograph for an employee of the hospital's son.
I bet that guy felt like an idiot after he found out. Oh, I got Roger Waters' autograph. No, you didn't. You got a con man. You got a con man's autograph. So this guy he said, yeah, I'm Roger Waters and I don't have any insurance. And they just bought that.
They just bought it.
Wow.
And to close out the week on May 2nd, 2006, Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards was released from the hospital in New Zealand after the 62-year-old suffered a mild concussion when he fell out of a coconut tree while on holiday in Fiji.
This begs the question: what the hell was Keith doing in a coconut tree? And where was his friends to tell him not to?
Hey, that last bump he did, man. That's a doozy. But he had to be airlifted to Auckland to the hospital for observation and underwent a brain scan.
Was that due to that coconut tree or too many pina coladas?
I think it might have been a little too much heroin, but
pina colada is code name for heroin in Jamaica or wherever the hell he fell out of the coconut tree, New Zealand.
Jeff Miller trying to put the lime in the coconut. Literally.
How many snakes had to die to make that jacket?
Oh man.
Oh my God. Is that the last one, I hope?
That's it.
Whoo.
That does it for history.
That's what Letterman does or whatever, just checking the. Oh my goodness gracious. That was Key. Don't climb trees, bro. You're too old for that shit.
So it was a little, there were obviously some decent stuff this week, but there were a couple of days there were obviously not much. So
you went with Keith falling out of a tree. Well, that's historic. How many times is rock stars falling out of palm trees? There can't be more than a handful, right? Just 2 or 5, 6 tops.
Right. Had Stock Harem said Keith still lived to tell about it too.
I'm just glad Keith didn't rent like a 4-wheeler or
oh, man.
Might have went all Aussie.
Yeah, right.
Aussie has no business on any kind of power equipment whatsoever.
No.
If it runs on gasoline, Aussie should not be on it. Oh my God. Oh, gang, we got a couple more bits for you. So tonight we got at least one funny bit we think you guys will like. So we're calling this rock star and celebrity doppelgangers. So we'll go through these together. I guess I'll do the first one, Dave. So I'm going to go ahead and get the first one up. So obviously to start off, we have Alice Cooper and Steve Carell.
Yeah, right. Not far off.
And it's the overbite that sort of kind of does it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. If Steve just let his hair grow.
Yeah.
So one of Hollywood's most clean cut funny men in the original Shock Rocker. We have that one. And of course, this one is fairly commonly well known. This is Chad Smith and Will Ferrell. Obviously, arguably one of the most notable lookalikes, the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer, Chad Smith, and or comedian Will Ferrell, pretty much separated at birth.
Yeah.
Without question. But Chad Smith is not the only Chili Pepper with his own doppelganger. We also have Anthony Kiedis with Justin Long.
Oh, my God.
Justin Long.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking... Again, separated at birth.
Yeah, like 10 years apart.
I know. He could be his dad.
Clone, man. That's like clone status right there.
I know. Right? And then same with this one. I mean, this one, I was like, what? We got our Eddie Vedder and Russell Crowe. Oh, talk about your even flow.
Right?
You do the next one, man.
All right. So
we're down to number 5. We're down to number 5.
James Hetfield and Mark McGuire.
Again.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Like one's older than the other one. So if you just imagine Hetfield in about 10 years after he drank some more beer.
I mean, they are both they are both Bay Area favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Hetfield bringing the thunder as the frontman for Metallica, and Mark McGuire leading the Bash Brothers of the Oakland A's. So
that's right. There's more Metallica too. You do the next one. We got more Metallica.
We got Lars and Michael Keaton.
It's pretty close, man.
Pretty close. You know, I bet if you found a more recent picture of Lars without a hat on, it would
might even be closer. So, who does the bell toll for? Could it be Batman?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Michael might have had his facial skin stretched.
He might have, yeah.
He's looking pretty taut right now. This next one's, again, we got your Tommy Lee and we got your Chris Angel.
Wow. Okay.
One's a freak on the drums, and the other one has a show called Mind Freak.
One's a freak on the drums, and the other's just a freak.
The other one's just a freak. I don't know, man.
Oh man.
All right, we got number 8. You do number 8. This one, right. I don't know. This one might be you gotta think about the one guy being a lot younger in order for this one to work.
So you got Mick Jagger and Harry Styles.
I mean, if you think if like Mick was like 16.
Oh yeah, dead ringer.
14 maybe.
Right. Wow.
Pretty close.
I think that might be one of Mick's illegitimate children.
You guys, it could be. Well, maybe that's where he got his talent.
Right.
You guys have heard of the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right?
Right.
I think this is less than 6 degrees. This is Miles Kennedy and Kevin Bacon.
Oh, wow.
It looks more like about 2.5 degrees of Kevin Bacon to me.
Oh, dang, Savage. That's bad, man.
What did he say? I can't see the chat.
He said Tommy Lee's fingers smell like Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, I hope it's them Thin Mints.
Right.
Oh, my God. And we have one more for you. No hamsters were involved in this. Gerbils. No, sorry.
No gerbils were involved in this.
In this photograph. I shouldn't have said that. You're going to have to take the whole thing down now.
It's not that far off.
Roger Waters, Richard Gere.
Yeah.
Right. Both got their winning smile and their killer mane into their older age.
Right.
Both still rocking the good hair. Although it's sort of mullet-ish at this point.
Right.
So what do you guys think? Celebrity doppelgangers. Some of them are pretty dang close, right?
Crowbar. Oh,
all right, I got to get back in the chat. Gary Luke took it comfortably in the numb. Can you say that?
Oh, Crowbar.
Oh, there's some good ones. There's some good ones.
Yeah.
Crowbar says he looks more like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Doug Savage said Greer gave gerbils a bad name.
Oh.
Crowbar says the cookies were Samoan. I'm going to stick with Thin Man. I'm sticking with that for now. I think Thin Man gets us in the least amount of trouble.
I would agree.
Oh, God.
All right.
The things we do to entertain people on this show.
Right.
All right, we have one more segment for you tonight, gang. And this one actually, yes, go ahead.
Are we entertaining them or are we entertaining ourselves?
Well, I'm pretty sure we've just been entertaining ourselves all along. And people just have watched us entertain ourselves, more or less.
We're dragging them along with us.
Yeah, we're just dragging them, whether they like it or not, by the nose. So we have one more segment for you tonight, gang, and this segment actually is going to involve a prize tonight. We have a prize. There's a prize giveaway, and this is the Boss ROD10 And it's a little drive rack unit deal, and it's going to be donated by our good friend who was our guest 2 weeks ago, which is 2 and 3 Chord Jams, Don. So thank you very much, Don. So here's how this is going to work, gang. The winner of our trivia contest can either choose to accept the prize and it will be shipped to you, or you could pick somebody else in the chat that participated or didn't participate that you think might like to have said Boss ROD10. So tonight we are going to do Live Wires trivia. Now, gang, this is trivia based on this show. So we're going to find out who's been watching and paying attention and who hasn't right now. So we don't have it. We're just going to do straight up questions. No hints, no hints or anything. Now, Dave, we'll have to keep track here. Make sure that we score this properly. Yep. See, Joe Herbie says that's dope. Right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Live Wires trivia coming at you. Dave, you want to do the first question?
Yeah, I'll do the first question.
You guys ready? The answer is potato.
Right.
No, that is incorrect, Krellbar.
The answer is not potato.
You can guess Krellbar, but if you don't want the thing, you can pick somebody else, or if you do want it, you can keep it.
Right. So, name 2 guests on the Live Wires who have also served as co-hosts for the Live Wires.
We need 2 names.
2 names.
2 people. 2 names. They've been a guest and they've been a co-host on the Live Wires. That's one of them.
Oh, Headstock Hiram got it.
All right, right. So HH got the first question, so that is correct. R2R3 was guest on episode number 3 and co-host on episode number 37. Guitar Hack was a guest on episode number 8 and the co-host on number 32. So very good. Very good. Got the first one. Nice job.
Starting out with an easy one.
Question number 2. On which episode of the Live Wires did the term Satan's anus first appear, and who first posted it in the chat? 2-part question. You got to get them both. Which episode of the Live Wires did the term Satan's anus first appear, and who posted it in the chat?
Yeah.
I will accept that answer, Jeff, even though that's not the number. You got to have them both.
You got to have them both. Nope, it wasn't. No.
Nope, you're really close, Jeff.
Krellbar's really close.
You guys are all around it. I can't take that, Jeff.
Brad Miller.
Nope, Brad's wrong.
Well, if you go with the guest that was on the show,
you could go with the guest. I was actually looking for the episode, but I guess we could go with the guest. We'll give it to Brad.
Yeah,
Brad is correct. We'll give it to Brad because that's the closest without going over. So the answer is the Halloween episode, number 14, which got slightly out of control. And Lawrence Petros. Lawrence Petros is the one that came up with the term Satan's anus. And I don't even remember what we were talking about, band names or something. I forget what it was related to, but
yeah.
So, all right, next question, Dave. So who we got so far? We got Brad.
Yeah, we got Headstock Hiram.
Headstock Hiram and Brad. So no definitive person in the lead yet.
Of all the guests. Yep, you ready?
Go ahead. Yep, go ahead. You do
all the guests to appear on the live wires. All the guests. Name the guest with the most pretentious guitar collection.
Trick question. Possible trick question.
Possible trick question.
Possible red herring. Which guest had the most pretentious? It's not even close. If you have to think about it, you're wrong. Nope. 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 Nope.
Oh, that could be no.
Nope. No, because he doesn't have no.
Nope.
No. No.
No. Oh,
Think real 59 Les Paul,
yeah.
etc., 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 etc.
etc. Nope.
Anybody? Couple more. We'll give you a few more seconds. Nope,
Nope.
it's not six string. That was the red herring.
Nope.
It's not Lewis.
It's not the Tone King.
Nope.
Nope.
Dave Nesdahl has not been on the show.
Nope.
Although
Nope.
he would have been a good guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Horsley for the win. Glenn at Guitar Bazaar has like real 59s, real 60s. He's got like $500,000 worth of guitars. It's not even close.
Yeah, not even close. Yeah.
So the answer was Glenn, and Glenn was on episode 17 of the Live Wire. So episode 17, Glenn from Guitar Bazaar was the correct answer, and Daniel Horsley. So right now we have a three-way tie. Three-way tie.
Speaking of Lawrence, there he is.
Hey, Lawrence. You were just a question. I'm sure you're thrilled to know that we asked everybody to name the episode in which Satan's anus first appeared and who first stated it. So you're now famous for more than just your awesome pedals.
Right.
You're now a trivia question. All right. Question number 4. There have been 2 guests on the Live Wires who appeared on the show while they were not in their homes. Name them. 2 guests appeared on the show, were not in their homes at the time. This is going to be tough. This is tough. Tough.
Oh, well.
Well, Hack sort of, but we're not counting that one. So throw out the Las Vegas episode when Hack was at Dave's house.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. We're throwing it.
Not hosts and not Hack.
Yeah.
So there's 2 other people who have been on the show. Lars is halfway there.
Yep. You got half of it, Lars.
Now this shouldn't be too hard if you think about it.
Agreed, Lawrence.
What did Lawrence say?
6-string Brian said 6-string Brian
and
nope, not Dwight.
Nope. No. Should we give him a hint? He's from Arizona.
Yeah. There you go. We'll give you that hint. He's from Arizona.
He's from Arizona.
Nope. Not Glenn.
Nope.
Not me either.
Glenn was in his house.
Not Jack.
No, it's not. There it is. Fruitcake got it. Nope. Fruitcake didn't get it. Yeah, well, he spelled it wrong. We'll give it to you. He spelled it as my name. So
right. But Brian, 6-string Brian and Zim.
Just throw away. So it was Dane Zimmerman, because Dane broadcast from his store, and 6-string Brian was in a hotel room at a convention. So the answer is 6-string Brian in a hotel room, Dane Zimmerman at his guitar shop. Right. So that's the answer. So good job. So who got that one?
That was
Fruitcake Tony. We still have a 4-way tie.
4-way tie.
4-way tie. You guys are good. All right. Question number 5. Go, Dave.
All right. Which episode saw the very first debut of the Red Hot segment?
And if you get that, we have a bonus. You could get it. You could score another point with the extra point kick point after try, but you got to get the first one first.
Oh, John Harden got it.
Okay, so episode number 3 was the debut of the Red Hot segment. What was the first guitar, though? Because now you don't have time to go back and look.
Yeah. What was the first guitar that we showed?
So John got it right, but he can get a bonus. Somebody else can snag the bonus point if they know the guitar. The first Red Hot. Hint: Dave owns one. owns a model of it.
Oh yeah,
you're in the neighborhood, but you're going to have to close. You're going to have to squeeze it down tighter than that, gang.
You gotta get it. You gotta get a little tighter than that, Crowbar. Bruce.
Right letter on the headstock. Not enough information. We need more detail.
A little more information, Lars. Still need a little more.
Nope.
It is a Les Paul custom.
Lars has the part of the answer.
Yep.
Brad has another part of the answer.
No. You're
there
close.
It is. I'm not going to make him pick the date.
It was 73 Les Paul custom.
All right, we'll give it to Crowbar. I wasn't going to make him pick the year. It was a 1973 Gibson Les Paul custom, a black one, right?
Technically Lars, because he said Les Paul, and then in a second one he said custom. He was the first one to say custom.
Okay, did he say Les Paul and custom?
Yeah,
like, close together.
Yeah, it was pretty close. I mean, he did throw a Kramer in there too, but in between. So,
well, custom could be custom anything.
Yeah, true. Okay, so I guess we'll have to go with Crowbar on that one.
Crowbar's the first one that said LP custom in one answer. Guys, we need complete answers. It's like the SAT test. Don't forget to write your name at the top of the page. Joe says this shit is rigged.
Hey,
Joe, it's like 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. You're still in this thing. Yeah. Everybody's still in this thing. We might have to go tiebreaker question. I might have to dig out that tiebreaker.
All right. Here. So
what are we down to already? Are we down to 6?
No.
Yeah, we're down to 6. Yeah, we are. All right. From which episode? No, from episode. We're going to tell you the episode. From episode number 4, the guest was Quentin James. Name the band that signed up to sponsor a stock car racing team only to have the paint scheme nixed by NASCAR. This was in the Circuit Breakers. Band signed up, sponsor a NASCAR racing team. NASCAR nixed the paint scheme, said, no way, you're not going to be out there with our NASCAR umbrella over you. Nope. Steel Panther is good. Nope. Good guess. Not Motley, not Kiss.
Nope.
Not Ozzy. Mort Stream. Red Hot Chili Peps. Not Motley.
True. Nope.
Episode Pantera. Nope. Episode number 4. In the Circuit Breakers.
Not Metallica.
Rick Hefner for the win. Rick Hefner now, I believe. Is that his second guess or his first?
That's his first.
Okay, we still have a tie going. Dank Savage is right behind him. So the answer is Slayer. No, fucking Slayer. So Slayer signed up to sponsor a NASCAR racing team, and NASCAR said negative, Ghost Rider on the Slayer paint job. Man, we're starting to run out of questions.
All right.
We need somebody to. How are we going to give this thing away if we don't? We'll figure it out. I've got one that I can dig out if I have to.
Okay. So most of the segments on the live wires have a Motley Crue theme, right?
This is true. This is true.
There is one segment that has appeared one time in the history of the live wires, and it was during I believe it was the Cheddar Kung Pao episode.
I think it was. Yes, that sounds correct.
4, I believe. And on that, it was during the time when Melissa B had her drive to raise guitars and supplies for the guitar clubs for kids, right?
At the school, at her local school.
Now, name the title of that segment.
It's a Motley Crue themed title.
It is a Motley Crue.
I'll even go so far to tell you that it's the name of a Motley Crue song. like a lot of other of our segment titles, but it's only ever appeared one time on the live wires. And it has something to do with you.
Right. Nope. No Bruce. No Krellbar. No.
Now keep in mind, we're asking you people to donate.
Right.
And this wasn't going to happen.
Right. That's
without people donating. All right, Joe, without you. It's like trying to lead them down the path.
Yeah.
So Joe Hervey got it. So the segment of that particular, or the title of that particular segment was Without You, because without you, she wasn't going to be able to raise the money in order to, dang, you know what? We have like a tie.
We have a complete tie.
Okay.
Everybody's at one.
All right. I have another question. I'm going to have to go get it. And you know what? Here's what we're going to do.
Whoever gets this question right will be the winner.
So why don't we truncate it down to our 7 people?
Yeah, those people get the yes. Okay, agreed. So, that's what we'll do.
Brad Miller, Daniel Horsley, Fruitcake Tony, John Harden, Krellbar, Rick Hefner, and Joe Hervey. 8 total. So only you guys get to answer on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the question, and we'll give them some time to think about it. So 1981 is the year the JCM 800 Marshall amplifier is released and dominates the decade, causing many to logically assume that 800 is a nod to the 1980s, especially when the 900 series followed in the 90s. In truth, it is happenstance. The JCM stands for James Charles Marshall. As far as the 800 part, where does the 800 come from? And while they try to figure,
please,
what'd we get?
We've got nothing so far. Oh, Krellbar got it.
What'd he get? What'd he say?
License plate.
That's correct. So Krellbar comes in, swoops in at the end, and steals it. So the answer is Jim Marshall was sitting around trying to think up the name of what he wanted to call the new amp, and all the names that were coming up, he said, were dreadful. This is his own words. He said, and one day I looked at the license plate of one of my 2 company cars and immediately thought, that's it. It's been staring at me all along. And the license plate number was JCM 800. So JCM 800 comes from James Marshall's license plate number. And Krellbar wins. Now, Krellbar, you have the option of, you already decided. So the prize is going to go to Joe. So good job, Krell.
All right. So Joe, email us and we'll get you in contact with, email us at the show, the livewireshow@gmail.com.
The Livewire Show, Livewires Show. So there's 2 S's, the livewireshow@gmail.com. Just send me your address,
Joe, and I'll make sure to get it to Don. So 2 and 3 chord jams. Don is going to donate the pedal. He's also got the power supply, he told me. And I think he said he had the original box.
So you'll be able to plug right into that thing and have some fun with it. And hopefully you'll enjoy that. I think it'll be fun to put in your chain there, Joe.
There you go.
So,
there's
you guys did better than I thought. You actually have been paying attention. So good job, you guys. Appreciate that. That was really good. I hope you had fun with that. So next week, it's going to be some of the same, but a whole bunch of new.
Right.
And we think you're going to enjoy it. And we're going to have a really, really big surprise. We think you'll be surprised. It will be you will find out the surprise very, very early on in the show.
If you're paying attention.
Yes.
And look for new things from us over the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I will kill the old logo is going away. So any of the T-shirts that we still have in our stores, those are going to go away on Monday morning. I'll say probably 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So do your math, figure it out. If you want one of the original logo shirts, don't wait on them because they're not going to be around any longer.
Or a hat or a mug. Or the
Yep.
color change mugs, or a sweatshirt, or whatever you want. So, oh yeah, Fruitcake Tony wants me to show his pics. I'll tell you what, Tony, we'll do it. I know you. So Tony's got a show coming up in June. He wants you guys to be aware of. I'll get him all the details. We'll do it next week. We'll do it at the end of the show next week. Fruitcake Tony, since you got a few weeks here before you're kicking your show off, but we'll make sure and we'll mention that and show everybody the pics you sent us. So that's cool. Appreciate it. So, gang, we're moving to Monday nights. 9 p.m. next week, Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
May the 4th
watching.
Be with you.
May the 4th be with you. They're supposed to let me out of my house on May 1st. I can maybe go get my hair cut. Maybe. I don't know if it's going to be quite that extensive yet. But so.
Janice.
What'd you say? I don't think, I believe that's an open slot now. I believe that slot has been vacated. Yeah. Vacated, So what are you going to do?
Yeah. So
there's a specific reason, and you'll find out next week.
Yep.
There's a specific reason that we're moving to Monday night.
Yeah.
And you will know that in less than a week. What the reason is.
Like 5 days, 4 or 5 days. Let's see, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 5 days.
So, you know what that means, Dave?
We got to work it out.
We got to start working on the show tomorrow. We don't have 2 days to waste. Just.
Thank you.
Of course, we wouldn't do it if we weren't having fun, you guys. We sure appreciate y'all checking out the show tonight. We hope you'll join us next Monday night.
9 p.m. Eastern time, Tony, 6 p.m. Pacific. Normal time. We're just moving to Mondays.
Big surprise, some new segments, some more fun stuff. And so we'll see you then. Thanks so much, you guys, for joining in. Hope you had fun. Can't wait to see you on Monday.
Have a good rest of your week. Have a good rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Y'all stay safe. Love you guys.
Rock on.